For this problem, we're being asked to find the legs of an isosceles right triangle when the hypotenuse is 10 radical 5. Well, for an isosceles right triangle, we have hopefully memorized the pattern, which is the legs, if we call them both x, all right, it is isosceles, so the legs will be the same. The hypotenuse will be x radical 2. So the key is to focus on this part right here. We have x radical 2 and we have 10 radical 5, both labeling the same triangle side. That means these must be equal. So come off to the side and make an equation out of these. So we have x radical 2 must equal 10 radical 5. So if we're supposed to find the legs, that's just a matter of solving for x. So the way we would solve for x is by dividing both sides by radical 2, because these will cancel out. So that will leave us with this. So we have 10 radical 5 over 2. Maybe I'll just recopy that. 10 radical 5 over 2. If you look at the answers, none of the answers quite look like that. That's probably, over radical 2. That's probably because they have rationalized the denominator. So the way you rationalize the denominator is you multiply the denominator by itself when you have a radical. So we can multiply by radical 2. You have to multiply the numerator and denominator. That way, radical 2 over radical 2 is really just a value of 1, and multiplying by 1 doesn't change anything, so this is fine. So now we will just multiply it straight across. Well, so let's start with the denominator. Radical 2 times radical 2 is 2. All right, that's something that you should have just memorized. A radical times itself is the number inside. Now, in the numerator, we'll just keep the 10, and 5 times 2 is 10. So guess what? Radical 5 times radical 2 is radical 10. Now we can simplify the 10 divided by 2 as normal, and that is 5. So we end up with 5 radical 10. So this should be the answer. And I see this option choice right here. Let's take a look. And there you go.